the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Aries, welcome to your January 2019 tarot reading, and Happy New Year to you guys. Whew. So I have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little weird, it's just because I'm still beating a cold. But I wanted to get these messages out for you guys still. And so let's talk a little bit about the astrology happening, and then we'll get into your reading. So Aries, we've got Capricorn and Aquarius season this month in January. And for you, that is your 10th house and your 11th house. So we've got some career stuff going on at the beginning of January. We've got long-term goals that you're focusing on, especially around that new moon that we had around the 5th and the 6th. We had a new moon in your 10th house. And we're going to have a full moon eclipse. That 10th house was an eclipse too. We've got 2 eclipses this month. And then we have an eclipse on the 20th in your 5th house of pleasure, children, and romance, soulmate, creativity. But I'll have a Leo video out for that, Leo full moon video there. So first couple weeks, yeah, focusing on that career energy, which I can definitely see in your reading here. And then at the end of January, we have the sun moving into your 11th house. So we've got groups of friends and community energy, very collective energy there, Aries. So basically, astrology-wise, January is about your career and your friends. Maybe groups of people you work with, friends at work, stuff like that. You know, it can manifest in different ways, you guys. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the month of January. Other than that, I have already got the cards pulled just to save time. And I do this reading every year for Capricorn season. I did it last year, so I figured I would stick with it this year. It's a 10-card spread because Capricorn is the 10th house, so I'm using 10 cards. And it's the metaphorical mountain. So what I've done here is I've pulled some cards and I've constructed a mountain here to talk about some of the things that could potentially be obstacles. Mountains are all about climbing and you know, enduring. Capricorns are the mountain goats. So, you know, I've got this mountain here, Aries, and we're going to pick apart this mountain and kind of climb up together. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the foundation of this mountain. Every mountain has to be built on something. So we're going to honor that and start here with these 4 cards. So this is the foundation. The first card that we have for you, Aries, is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. This is about some sort of wish fulfillment, okay? So there is a foundation here that has to do with what you are wishing for. This is an emotional card. So we could be talking about Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy around you, within you. But it's that deep emotional energy, something that would emotionally fulfill you to the point where you're even a bit smug. Okay, so there's something that you would like to build upon a wish. Okay, maybe there's a wish that you have for your foundation. Now, the foundation, it could be a home. These 4 cards could represent your home, especially in your reading, Aries, because we have a couple cards here that really talk about home and family life. So in your instance, it could definitely be a wish for some sort of foundation in your real life. But we definitely have, this whole reading starts off with some sort of wish fulfillment. And it's kind of like the star card. This card, I did see the star card when this card popped out too. So there's definitely something that Aries is wishing for in January. And the 9 of Cups is almost a 10 of Cups. So it's almost some sort of completion. It's almost a full cycle. And this is the wish fulfillment card. So maybe there's something here about a wish fulfilled. Keep in mind, when I talk about these cards, Aries, I am considering the fact that some of these things could be potential obstacles. So there even could be some sort of obstacle when it comes to your dream, or when it comes to your wish, or what would fulfill you at an emotional level. Okay, so let's continue on here. We have the 10 of Pentacles coming up. Perfect card to get for the Capricorn energy, because this is my Capricorn energy card. But not necessarily Capricorn energy. It's more so my career card, my long-term financial success card, my, you know, financial fulfillment card. Okay, so maybe some of you guys have some kind of a wish in regards to money, in regards to home life, because the Ten of Pentacles talks a lot about heritage or inheritance, you know, family, money, home environments, but it's definitely my financial security card. I mean, there's 10 pentacles here. It doesn't get much better than that. This is a very, very fulfilled energy when it comes to that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Very, very tangible. Okay, so there's even an energy here about you know, your wish becoming tangible, Aries. Not just feeling this wish or dreaming about this wish or hoping for this wish. This is you know, about really, really, really seeing it logically, seeing it physically, you know, being able to touch and feel it. We've got these gifts being unwrapped here. So there's some sort of wish here. Maybe it's even a gift, a wish for some sort of gift, whether it be spiritual, emotional, physical. You know, we've got some energy here, but I feel that there's a wish surrounding finances and career. The Ten of Pentacles is my career card, okay? And Aries, you guys are going through that 10th house career energy with Capricorn season until about the 20th of January. So you guys are focusing on, you know, the money or the stability that you will have in your long-term, you know, longevity. Not just next week or next month, but this is like the next 10 years. You guys could be really thinking about your life and your long-term goals. The 10th house is even about legacy, so the career legacy. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are, you know, revising the careers, whatever it is that you do for work, whatever it is you do for money. You guys could be, you know, that Capricorn energy, it's cardinal, okay? Capricorn does square you, Aries. So there could even be some kind of meet me in the middle half kind of energy, or maybe some sort of career compromise. That could even happen with Capricorn energy. But you guys have the opportunity to set new intentions for your long-term goals and careers with that Capricorn new moon eclipse on the 5th of January. So, you know, there's definitely some kind of career wish. If there's something you want to do, Aries, if there's something that you want as far as a long-term goal, yeah, there's a wish here. And I think you're trying to build your foundation on that. So maybe it even, you know, goes into the home. We've got career, we've got home, we've got family here, and then the wish of that. So it's going to be different for all of you guys, but I love to see, you know, that Aries is really focusing on the long-term. Maybe this is about your long-term wishes, you know, what you're wishing for in the next 10 years. That's that Capricorn energy there. Now, the next card we have is another family card. This is about a home environment, the Four of Wands. So I'm not sure if there was, when I see these two cards together, this looks like some kind of birthday celebration. Now obviously it's not Aries season, but you guys could have Capricorn, Aquarius, family members or friends. We are going through 11th house energy for you, Aries, this month. So that could bring, you know, social gatherings. You could be going out. There's some kind of gift. I mean, I see some kind of birthday party for someone, not everyone. But, you know, there's a cake here and someone's decorating. So if that applies to you, then your energy is showing up here, especially with this person. It could be a Capricorn. It's not a Taurus because Taurus season isn't here. You know, maybe there's just some other celebration going on. It doesn't have to be a birthday. It could be just any celebration. You know, a baby shower, a wedding for sure. This is like a wedding gift for either you or someone else, Aries. But, you know, this looks like a social gathering when you're around family and friends. This is also the marriage card, so there could be someone here who's going through an anniversary or, you know, some kind of wedding, something renewing the vows. This is a home environment as well. A very strong commitment. So, you know, I feel like Aries has a wish for a very long-term commitment. Whether that's love, whatever that might be for you, you guys are wanting to build your foundation on celebrating the longevity of your wishes. You know, a wish comes true that will ring true for the next 10 plus years, okay? That's what you guys are really working on. I see that a lot of you guys are working on, you know, your careers, your families, and your marriage or your relationship if you're not married, you know, maybe living together with a person. But, you know, this is a celebration of Marriage, the Four of Wands. Usually there's two people there. In this card, the woman is decorating for some sort of celebration. So there's something to celebrate here, Aries. It could be that some of you guys are living your dream career now, or at least, you know, starting to overcome some of the obstacles to get you there. Whatever you see yourself doing for the next 10 years as a career, there's some kind of wish showing up here in the celebration of that wish. So some of you guys are wishing for marriage. Some of you guys are wishing for career longevity. Some of you guys are wishing for long-term commitments in relationships and stuff like that. But it looks like there is a wish about a career or about family or about your foundation that is being celebrated here. However that relates to you, this is a very beautiful energy. Now, I know that you guys could be facing some obstacles, but, you know, one of the things about obstacles is that your obstacles can be proof that you're going in the right direction. You know, it's kind of like a video game. When you're going in the right direction in a video game, chances are there's going to be more enemies. There's going to be more obstacles because it's trying to keep you from, you know, finishing the game, like beating the game and winning it all, right? So it looks like there's much to be celebrated here. There's even some gifts being unwrapped, you know, some kind of wish fulfillment for this home environment, for this marriage, for this relationship. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles to finish off your foundation. So this tells me that there's some effort being put in here, Aries, on your behalf or another. I think you are really starting to try to perfect a skill. So, for instance, if you paint, maybe you're painting this month, and whatever it is that you do, whatever, you guys are all doing different things, but the Eight of Pentacles is someone who's trying to perfect their skill. It shows someone who's putting in their effort, putting in a strong effort, okay, working on their own. There could be some entrepreneur Aries going on here. Some of you guys work from home, because I do see the Ten of Pentacles and then this home environment. So some of you guys have a wish to work from home, you know, some sort of business or something like that. And there's a lot of effort here being put in at the end of this foundation here. So that tells me that there's effort in this marriage, okay? You guys are you're either wanting to put in this effort, or, you know, you or someone else in the situation is going to start doing that by the end of January. Some of you guys have some sort of wish for you or another person to put in effort when it comes to finances, home, family, marriage, relationships. I love to see this, Aries. I love to see this, okay? That's a good way to overcome an obstacle, is just continue to put in the effort. That's an Aries quality. That's that cardinal energy that you're feeling in Capricorn season and that you automatically have as an Aries too. So very nice foundation. I know that there could be some obstacles, okay, in the career. But the tarot has painted a very nice picture for you, Aries. There's something to celebrate in January, okay? Even if you're celebrating how far it is that you've come, you know, how close you are to your goals, your wishes, your dreams, it's awesome. So let's move up this mountain and continue to climb and see how the story unfolds even farther. The next card coming out is the King of Wands, which is, for me, my Aries card. Now, I know this is a woman, so we don't want to pay too much attention to gender here. Okay, we all have masculine and feminine energy. So this is a very fiery Lord. Okay, this is my Aries energy. So you're showing up in your own reading very much so. So this is the part where your energy comes in, Aries, and it goes right above this nine of so some of you guys could even be, you know, fighting for this too, you know, going through certain battles, but this card is laying above the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So this tells me that there could be a male Aries, a male Leo, or a male Sagittarius showing up here. But for those of you, you know, dealing with female fire signs, this is also coming up. That's why I love this deck, because even the kings are portrayed as queens. Okay, this is the goddess deck. So we've got, just to be a little intuitive here, Aries, we do have somebody writing in a notebook there. Okay, so there may be something that you need to write down, Aries, about your wishes. I feel the need to tell you to write down what it is that you wish for, especially in regards to money, in regards to your home, your family. So, you know, it wouldn't hurt, Aries, to try to manifest that. You know, fire signs are all about expression. So, you know, you may need to express yourself in some sort of passionate way. Some of you write poetry. Some of you guys write stories. You're authors. I see an Aries here, or some other fire sign in the mix here that is writing in a journal. Okay, doing some writing, and I really like that. Okay, So we've got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands to me is just a leader. He's a king, so he has mastered this element. He has mastered the element of fire, therefore mastered the element of creativity and passion and expression. So he is a leader. He leads with fire. That's an Aries energy to me. He leads, he's an authority of his own passion, okay? He doesn't just think about what he wants to do. He's already done it. So when it comes to this wish, Aries, you really want to harness that fire, that King of Wands energy, male or female, so that you can really go out and you know, charge forward towards your dreams, your stability, your financial success. There's a wish here for financial success. And now the next card we have is an important card because it's in the middle. Okay, this is the center of your reading, Aries. And we have the Emperor. This is your ruling tarot card. So to have the King of Wands and the Emperor card right next to each other, there's definitely a masculine Aries energy being shown. Okay, potentially a father figure. Some of you may have Aries parents, mothers, or fathers. But we definitely, maybe your boss is an Aries, or maybe you just have a very, you know, passionate boss. He could even be a little bit, you know, emperor-like, which is, you know, controls things. And definitely, you know, this figure is a very strong boss. So there might be a manager. Others of you are dealing with Leos, female or male, or Sagittarius. But we have Aries, okay? To me, this is an indication of a male Aries for some of you. You're going to resonate with that, okay? But yeah, Aries, we have you. This is you in the middle of something. So you are in the middle of this mountain. I feel like it was very significant that Aries were to show up in the middle of this mountain, because that means that there is something that you're, you know, when it comes to your obstacles, when it comes to all this stuff happening in January, you are right in the middle of something energetically, okay? You don't just show up in the middle of a tarot reading without it having some kind of deeper significance. So we have you right in the middle of this all, Aries, the Emperor, you know, and this goes without saying, you know, this is just about your own power. Now take a look at this Emperor card, though. This is a little bit different than regular tarot. We've got this black figure, this wolf, this monster, you know, and this is about controlling these demons, okay? We do have some wolf energy coming up for you, so I don't know if any of you guys resonate with wolf, if wolf is your spirit animal, but we have two indications of a wolf here. Just saying. So I don't know what the spiritual, you know, message is there with a wolf, but I like that. Okay, some of you guys resonate with wolf. Okay, so this is about, to me, when I see this card, it's about, you know, controlling your inner demons and mastering your own darkness. And, you know, because if we don't do that, then the tables will turn, and this evil, like, wolf thingy will be sitting in our throne, and we'll be taking orders from the dark. But not Aries. Not Aries in January. In January, Aries has really risen up to become that Emperor. And, you know, Mars is in your guys' sign in January. I forgot to mention that. January 1st, Mars went into Aries. So you guys really did start off this month in your own authority, you know, ready to battle, ready to go to war, just like Aries energy, you know. Very powerful here, Aries. This is about your own power, you know, really sitting on that throne, being in control, being in authority. And I did want to mention here, you know, we had this card come up for the Capricorn and Aquarius reading. So you guys might want to go ahead and, you know, if you're dealing with those signs, or if you have that energy in your chart, you might want to watch the Capricorn Aquarius. Now, I haven't done the other signs, so you guys could show up in other signs too. Okay, but I just want to let you know, this far in my readings, Aries has shown up at the top of the mountain for Aquarius and Capricorn. But here we are, Aries, right in the middle. So this is about, you know, being in control of all these things that are going on around you, because you're surrounded by all these energies, you know. Some of you guys, I feel like there's a fire sign that you may need to, you know, give orders to this month or something, because the way that this Emperor card, I always look at what he's pointing at, and he's like, so there is a message here about Aries needing to write, you know, and for some reason gaining more control when it comes to writing. And also there may be something important that someone has to sign this month in order to ensure your authority, or in order to assure, you know, your control, because I do see that there's an order here to sign something, okay? This Emperor is pointing at the wand on that queen's lap, okay? So there's something here about really taking your power back, Aries, and signing something. So for some of you, you know, this could be signing some kind of important documents. And I'm going to let you guys decide what that means for you. Okay, but it does have something to do with your home environment or your families or your marriages, and it ultimately has something to do about your what would fulfill you emotionally, okay? But this emperor really does take charge. He is giving orders all the time. So there could be someone in your life that, you know, maybe a father figure that's kind of bossing you around or telling you what to do, you know, trying to get you on your, you know, back on your shit, okay? Because this emperor gives me an energy of he's definitely telling somebody what to do, okay? And if that person doesn't do that, there is that wolf character ready to attack, okay? So whatever end that you're on, Aries, when it comes to that, you could be the one giving the orders. Some of you guys have a kind of a, maybe your boss is a little bit on your ass this month, because Capricorn season can do that as well. Capricorn rules authority and bosses and careers. So your boss could be a little bit, you know, you guys could have some trouble with your bosses. They could be really giving you extra work, or especially if you have to write and sign things at work. You know, I don't know. Next card, though, is the Two of Wands. So this tells me that there is some sort of crossroads decision that you're going to reach in January, Aries, when you're standing in the middle of comfort and growth. Now, we have this house here. I always see the house in this picture, and it looks kind of new. It looks kind of empty. So to me, for some of you, this is you moving into a new home. Maybe you just moved out of a home. Maybe you're in the middle of moving, okay? But I always see the house here. So for some of you guys, this is about a new home environment, okay? This house looks really big. It has a porch, okay? So that house might even be familiar to some of you guys. We have a buck there. So there could be someone in the situation that hunts, or maybe there's just something up with that. I feel like that buck is back there for some reason. So something over hunting season or after hunting season, I'm not sure, but there's a decision to make here, especially if you live by the woods, or if you live in an area like that. You know, I'm just trying to catch as many of these details as I can, but this is a decision. Either way, Aries, this is a decision between your past and your future. So there's going to be a point in January where you guys are presented with an offer to take a road that you haven't taken in a while. Okay, you can choose to walk down the road that you're comfortable with and that you've walked before. So basically you can choose to either repeat or evolve. Okay, this is my repeat or evolve card. And I always say with this card that, you know, comfort and growth are not buddies. Okay, they're not friends, because if you choose to grow, chances are you're going to be uncomfortable. If you choose to be comfortable, chances are you're not going to grow that much. So this is a choice between growth and comfort. This is all about expanding your horizons, Aries. You know, looking out and reflecting on your world, all that you've been through, all that you'll go through. And this is a portal, okay? This woman here, this person, man or woman, she's standing in the middle of two things that she's passionate about. And this is a decision. So you may have to choose between two people, places, or things that you're passionate about in different ways. Maybe there's two things that you need to express differently this month, because this is fire, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Maybe you're passionate about where you live, but there's this you know, this wish to move somewhere else, because I do see your home environment here, and that would be that Cancer energy. That fourth house energy would be the home environment. But we have a decision here to make for you, Aries. This is a decision that you and only you can make. So you have a decision to sign something this month, okay? Be very mindful of what it is that you're signing this month, because you're going to need to sign it with authority, okay? Which means not regretting it and really signing something over, okay? Just make sure that you're keeping that in mind here. This decision could have to do with a marriage. It could have to do, maybe some of you guys are getting married this month, or renewing your vows or something, because this has to do directly, some of you have a choice to make between a marriage or a home environment, some kind of foundation, some kind of celebration. And so it's like continuing to work on this marriage or not. Some of you guys are deciding, some of you are really on the line this month of a divorce, but you know, you have a choice to make between, you know, continuing to put in effort. Maybe there's a choice between work and your home. You know, maybe there's a new job opportunity that you can choose, and that would grow you, it would expand you, but it would make you uncomfortable because you have to move or something like that. But there is a choice between you know, home and work, something like that. And Aries, this is a choice for you. There's definitely some kind of boss energy here. Some of you guys are authority figures and wear a uniform at work. So there's also something here about, yeah, Aries and work, okay? Marriage and commitment here very strongly. But I'm just seeing that the Emperor here is touching the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So the financial success and stability that goes into your family, your home, you know, your marriages, celebrating that, okay? Some of you guys might be moving up at work, getting promotions, being assistant managers, or actually the manager of companies. So, you know, and if you guys don't work in areas like that, this is about just really stepping into your own authority as an entrepreneur. You have a decision to make here, okay, when it comes to this celebration and this Eight of Pentacles. You know, maybe it even has to do with travel. Sometimes this has to do with traveling for work, you know, and that might affect your marriage a little bit, but in the long term, it's going to be great for stability. So you guys are going to have to let me know. Let's climb up this mountain. We're almost to the top here, Aries. So I did notice here, when we get to the top here, there's a little bit of conflict going on. And I say that because we have two fives. Now, the first five showing up for you is the Five of Cups. So there are some Aries out there who are feeling a bit regretful, okay, over something. The Five of Cups shows up when we feel like we've lost something. You know, this person is really wearing black, okay? This could even be depression or, you know, some sort of pain and agony emotionally, because we have these three cups sitting next to this woman and they're knocked over. So this is an energy where she's kind of scary looking. She reminds me of like the Ring. Okay, so this is an intense energy. And it's usually a person who's overly focusing on what they've lost instead of what they still have yet to gain. You know, this is pessimistic, you know, someone, it could be someone else. I don't know if it's you or just someone maybe it's just an energy. So just be careful in January, you know, really taking the shorter end of the stick and really just admitting defeat. Because you have some really strong cards here, Aries. The Emperor, the King of Wands, you know, this is beautiful. So when it comes to something here, and I do feel like this has to do with you or another fire sign, because we have this card touching the King of Wands and the Emperor. So I don't know if there's some kind of boss or father figure or some kind of a controlling authority figure that's making you feel this way, Aries. I mean, but the sun is shining on this woman or this man, and she still feels cold and dark. So I don't know if this is going to be around the time of that full moon in Leo, because Leo is the 5th house for you. You guys could just be feeling a loss of creativity and passion or something like that. But that's why there's, you know, you're going to need to tell your own self what to do. I do see an energy here about that, Aries. Like, only Aries can tell Aries what to do. Now, it'd be interesting if there's other Aries around you. Whenever there's more than one Aries in a room, you know, they're sharing control. They're sharing authority, okay? But this is you telling yourself what to do. You being the boss of your own self. You being your own authority and choosing that for yourself, you know? Choosing, you know, where your power is. Choosing something in the name of power. But I see that very clearly, that there is an Aries telling an Aries what to do. So for some of you, that's going to be, so you're going to have to tell yourself what to do when you reach this point. And that might be why there's a situation where someone feels loss and regret from the past. But be careful focusing on that, Aries, because on the other side, there is the Two of Cups. So if this is a relationship, you know, there's either a new person waiting after, one relationship has ended. I get a divorce, even though it's not in the cards. I do feel like there's some kind of divorce. At least someone's thinking about a divorce, or maybe there was a divorce, someone's newly divorced, or maybe they're separated, or they just broke up with their boyfriend, girlfriend. Maybe there's just a distance because someone's traveled. Maybe there's a long distance relationship here, and that's why there's a lot of writing. There's someone who's writing letters or something like that. But yeah, we have this situation here at the top. So there is some conflict going on emotionally. You know, losing something emotionally has caused some sort of depression, regret, and loss over the past, just for some of you. It could have been a third-party situation that kind of ended. But again, we want to keep an eye on that Two of Cups sitting right next to you. If you're not careful, Aries, you won't realize that the glass is half full, okay? So I just wanted to show you guys that. And this is right here with this Aries on the Emperor. So I do know that most of you are going to resonate with that when it comes to yourself. Or maybe there's someone who's mourning the loss of you, Aries. If this isn't you, then there could be, maybe it's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But yeah, if it's not a water sign, this is just emotion. But there's either an Aries, but Aries, you look like you're busy calling the shots. Aries is too busy telling themselves what to do. So there could be a person, place, or thing in the situation that feels like they lost you, Aries, because there was a third party. I mean, these cups are pouring over onto you. So for some of you, there is a person that they're still depressed over you. They're still regretting the past with you, okay? And they're wanting to know if there's still a second chance at a reconciliation, like, will we ever get back together type of thing. And for some of you guys, it really is a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For others of you, it's an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, but it could also be an air sign or an earth sign. They're just not showing up here as clearly as the water and the fire is. And that's because earth and air, like, they try to analyze everything. So fire signs and water signs, their energy would show up quicker than an air sign and an earth sign would. The next card is the Five of Swords, but it did come up in reverse, which I like to see. You know, the Five of Swords is a card that talks about no longer wanting to fight. You know, I know Mars is in your sign, Aries, and a lot of people make jokes about Aries always wanting to fight and always cussing and, you know, showing their love through aggression and stuff like that. And it's because you guys are ruled by the god of war, okay? So there is that warlike energy, especially when Mars is in Aries. And I'm not sure when Mars is going to move into Taurus, but Mars is in Aries. It's been in Aries all month long. And, you know, there is someone here who wants to lay down the sword. You know, you can see here in the background that these people have laid down their sword. Now, this is someone who's heartbroken, someone who they're making a decision here, you know, to lay down their sword and no longer fight. Okay, someone does not want this conflict anymore, probably because they're already suffering from emotional loss. Like, this is either you or someone else, Aries. You know, to me, with these two cards, the top of your mountain is about resolving conflict in January, conflict from the past year. You know, it's 2019. Some of your battles should just stay there. But maybe this is about someone who feels like they lost a battle, they didn't win, you know, they didn't win something. It might be about a job or some kind of boss. But either way, this is about someone who no longer wants to argue. Now, we do have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. So some of you guys are dealing with air signs, or this is just about really messy communication. So yeah, with the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords, you know, this is an argument of loss. Like, someone's arguing about but it's the past. So be careful arguing about things in the past, Aries, or, you know, not even arguing, because some of you guys aren't even arguing. Like, just be careful of, you know, still fighting battles in the past, because there are battles in your present that need your attention. You know, there are battles coming up in the future that need your attention. So don't waste your strength and your energy on battles that were lost in the past, because that does not mean that you won't win the battles in your future. Okay, so there's someone here who's just really wanting to lay down the sword, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could be someone who no longer wants to communicate. I do see that too. Sometimes when you lay down your sword, it's like you're not even willing to fight anymore for clarity, or, you know, you're just done with it all because it's too much of a battle. So we do have that, Aries. You know, there's some kind of loss of a battle here, but because somebody forfeited, you know, somebody checkmated or stalemated or whatever, and fighting is just not what they're about anymore, especially because they realized that it was just empty cups anyway, you know. But it's really interesting, this Two of Cups that I see here, you know, like the sun is still shining on these two cups here. So, you know, those two cups could represent a relationship for some of you guys, especially if there was arguments and some kind of loss of a relationship. All right, now this is a very important card too, because we have reached the top of your mountain, Aries, and the top of your mountain is the Strength card, the Strength card. So some of you guys are secretly feeling defeated, and it's probably not exactly easy for Aries to admit that, because you guys have that strong warrior mentality. Okay, so there's a reason why Strength, which is the Leo card, some of you guys are really dealing with Leos. We do have 2 indications of Leo here. So some of you guys are dealing with Leo. If you're not dealing with Leo energy, this could be talking about the Leo full moon, you know, reaching the top of some sort of mountain or obstacle by the time that Leo full moon eclipse comes in, which is going to be on the 20th, the 21st, okay? So there's something here about having the strength to reach the top, Aries, in spite of loss, in spite of battles, in spite of decisions and crossroads and power struggles, authority, all this. This is about you and your strength, taming a situation, okay? You or someone else, but again, with this wolf. So there is some kind of wounded wolf here, okay? I don't know if somebody's sick, you know, like sick 'em boy, you know, because we had that wolf in the Emperor card again. And, you know, that might be somebody sending negative energy to you, or sending some sort of attack or some kind of battle, you know, to you while you're just chilling, you're just writing in your journal, and then all of a sudden there's, you know, this attack of energy. Maybe it has to do with your father or your boss or some kind of controlling figure in a relationship. But, you know, the wolf here is really harmed, and it looks like there's definitely been some battles here, but the light is also shining in this picture. And we have some sort of woman here who, I always see that as an angel, okay? There's some kind of angel here, the angel of strength, which I'm hearing that. But it's going to help. Aries, I really do see you as the wolf in this picture. So for those of you, especially coming after, you know, no longer wanting to fight, there's a very give up energy here. Some of you guys are very close to giving up in different areas of your life. Like, this is the decision to, you know, lay down your sword. And I just don't want you guys to feel defeated, because sometimes laying down your sword is the most powerful thing to do, especially when you're fighting battles that can't be won. You know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of energy like that. And these are probably battles going on within yourself, Aries, you know, because there's other people who have walked away. Like, sometimes this is an energy of feeling alone, all on your own. Like, you feel like you're fighting on your own financially, you know, in your marriages, in your relationships, all these things, guys. But we have strength. We have strength at the top of your mountain. That Leo full moon is really going to, you know, fill you guys with creative energy. Leo is a fire sign too, okay? So if you guys have any Leos in your life, there's something here about Leo, you know, and Leo does have a way of giving strength to Sagittarius and Aries, okay? They're fire. So, you know, for those of you who have been feeling a lack of passion, a lack of creativity, there's going to be some of that energy coming back to you on the full moon in Leo, okay? That's going to be strong fire energy, especially with this card showing up for you. So it looks to me, in spite of emotional loss, depression, regrets, battles that were lost, battles that were given up on, arguments, conflict, power, all these things, it seems to me that Aries still had the strength to make it to the top of this mountain. You know, it's okay to lay there for a while and, you know, gain your strength back. There's something here about regaining your strength, okay, Aries? The bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles, okay? We have the Page of Pentacles. So this is someone taking a closer look at their finances. This is a message that you may need to look at the fine print. The Page of Pentacles is still learning how to manage their money, but they have started a new journey. Okay, so when you're at the beginning of a new journey, you want to take a close look. You want to look at all the details and stuff like that. And there's some kind of message, okay, that this whole reading has something to do with. This is a conversation. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially if they're younger. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So there is some sort of trapped energy here. The Eight of Swords is about, you know, someone who can't really see their way forward. This is a mental prison. So someone has anxiety here, or they feel trapped in finances. You know, maybe they're confused about which way to go to start this new financial journey, because there's also this home environment, okay? But I'm seeing a lot of sunshine for you, Aries. There's lots of sun in this window, lots of sun here. There's the sun in the Five of Cups. So even in your darkest moments, there's this beautiful sunlight. It's warmth. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles showing up here. So, you know, someone could definitely be single. Okay, we have the single woman card, and she's also in a prison. So there's some kind of comfortable prison, Aries. Like, you are actually comfortable in a place. It could be your job or a relationship, but when I see these two cards together, It's about the gilded cage, and the gilded cage talks all about being comfortable even though you're locked away in a tower. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are single and you've become, you know, comfortable with that, and the universe may be, you know, telling you to take a closer look at that. Okay, this is going to be a message different for all of you. Like, maybe you need to get back out there and, you know, attract some new energy or something like that. But someone does feel very trapped financially. We have financial. This is about your abundance, okay? We see the 3 pentacles there, or the 9 pentacles there. But, yeah, someone does feel a bit trapped here for some reason. It could have to do with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn man in a new beginning with that person, or, you know, maybe it has to do with a water sign, female, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But there is the Fool card here, so taking a risk emotionally, starting a new journey financially for sure. The King of Pentacles is all about financial security. This is a Capricorn, okay? So yeah, there's something here about really, you know, having financial security. This card is not only just the single woman card, but it's also, you know, your financial abundance and breaking free from some sort of prison. I mean, it's interesting. This person has a blindfold, so they can't see. This woman has a magnifying glass, so she can see, you know, very good. So it's the difference between not seeing and seeing something clearly. You know, finding out your own way to go without somebody telling you what to do. I do feel like money, like finances, have something to do with feeling like this is someone who feels trapped in a home environment. Okay. Yeah, taking a closer look at, you know, what you can start to do to move forward, to feel a bit less trapped in your mind and in your head, and just take that blindfold off to be able to see clearly, you know, what this is. Now, for some of you, this is an earth sign or an air sign energy, but I see someone who feels trapped in a job or trapped in a home or trapped somewhere, okay? And they need to find their way out, and they're going to start looking at things very, very closely, okay? It's about planting those seeds for your own financial garden. Now, before we go, Aries, I have a special card here for you guys. This is my Iris Oracle deck. It's a very beautiful deck. If you want this deck, you can look in my description box. But I have pulled one card. This is just going to give you advice. Maybe it's for Aquarius season. But we have the card Share Tenderness. And I love these cards because the art on them is so beautiful. So we have the number 74. Share Tenderness. So I'm actually going to read from the book here, and that's where I'll leave you for the month of January, Aries. So, card 74, Share Tenderness. So it says, tender hearts, gentleness, quiet moments, your loveliness has linked up with another, and you can share a deep tenderness. Even for those of us who see this as a romantic yuck stuff, are in the right mood to give and receive tenderness when this card works itself into your life. Rosy cheeks and unspoken but known conversations. Power dynamics have left the room, and all that exists is the simplicity of holding space in transcendent gentleness. So it's interesting, it talked about power dynamics. So some of you guys just really need to address the power struggles in your relationship so that there could be more tender of energy. Because this Emperor does give me, it doesn't mean it's you, Aries, but the Emperor does give me an energy of, you know, control and power. And there's some fire sign energy here that they could really benefit, whether it's a fire sign or not. In your marriage, Aries, there should be no power dynamics. So this is about having a tender heart, being more gentle, being quiet even. And even if you don't like all the romantic stuff, it's about receiving tenderness, okay? And it said unspoken but known conversations. So some of you guys are communicating with somebody telepathically. You know, whenever you feel a certain emotion or a certain energy, they're actually feeling that too. So not every, you know, it's interesting with the Five of Swords in reverse too. You guys don't have to be talking, if you know what I mean. So interesting reading there, Aries. Very powerful. Hopefully that resonated with you guys. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me. You can email me, and we can set up some kind of personal reading to do. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope to see you guys at the full moon in Leo. And if I don't see you there, I will talk to you guys in February. See ya.